palace. So let's tell you about palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything only for a goal of innovation. Just passing the team over here might finish out bright future, we can't vanish. It's E25 any day, that's SELHURST. Rev up the engines, no more rivers. Reactions, thank and fans on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Tim, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, because I know yesterday was in the preview the day before. I'm talking. Nicky's like, you're muted. I'm like, no, I'm not muted. I can see I'm not muted. He's like, I can't hear you. You're muted. Anyway, big up everyone. Welcome to the Brentford reaction. A comprehensive, professional 2-0 win against a side that, boy, those long throws. We dealt with them really well, but we'll get into that. Tim, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I feel good. I feel good about yesterday's win. I know we'll get into this when we talk about the game. I love those kind of games, Rich. I'll talk about why. I know there's a lot of people that were saying like, yeah, it's a boring game, but like, I love those kind of games. I love those kind of games.
No, absolutely. I think it's the manner in which we won the game, which we will dissect to a minute detail. So big up everyone. There's a few in the chat already. Yeah. You got the dog saying, I feel bad for Uche getting ready to come on for like 3 minutes and not being allowed on. Yeah, the ball didn't go
out. Ball's everyone out.
What can you do? I mean, obviously, in jest, chairman gave him a 10 for the player ratings, which was hilarious.
on the sidelines, yeah. I mean, his sideline presence was amazing.
Literally, I would say something, and we'll get into it as well, but Romain Esse, again, walked straight down to the tunnel.
But he did give, but did you see that he did give Glasner, he did shake hands with Glasner, and then he walked back.
I think he's still got to just go on the pitch, acknowledge the fans, then go, you know. It's not going to look good, but we'll get into that. Doug also saying here, our next 5 league games: Brighton, Wolves, Man United, Burnley, Fulham. Like me and Tim were speaking before we went on air. I think there's at least 4 or 5 wins in there, to be honest. But I'll take 3 wins and 2 draws.
There could be. I mean, it depends. The form right now. I mean, I would have to back that because I'm the guy that, you know, perhaps recklessly said, I don't think this squad loses to Arsenal again this season. So I've got to back that.
Absolutely. Don't care saying at least 3 wins. Big up, chairman. I'm starting to figure out these names because I don't know what's happened, but YouTube seems to have just changed all the names, which is so confusing. Big up Cozy as well, who says, what's up? Okay. Let's start with it. The biggest talking point from yesterday before the game kicked off was our starting lineup, and Jefferson Lerma started. Now, obviously, it's a bit hard to do because obviously we know he had a great game. But before that, what was your viewpoints on Jefferson Lerma starting, Tim?
So when we did the watch along yesterday, this is going to sound like I'm giving myself credit I don't deserve. So I'm not trying to make a claim here, but I had said to Louis, I said, I kind of like this. I like this because I like physicality versus physicality. And we know he's good in the air. We're going to need that defending the box. So I thought that was a good matchup. And I thought it was the way I was thinking about it, Rich, which I did not see, is I thought it was a worthwhile sacrifice. I thought we know we're giving some things up. If you let Lerma in there, like he's going to give away the ball a ton, but is it worth it to match their physicality and make sure we don't lose the midfield? Like I thought that was important. And so I liked it. I did not see coming what I saw. I didn't see that coming.
It's so crazy because obviously, like, even when I tweeted out, I was like, I'm not mad at Lerma. He's going to be good for the obviously defensive, you know, to negate their aerial threat. Little did I know, I completely forgot that he's got an aerial threat in the opposite box as well.
100%,
you know?
Man.
So we'll start on that and then we'll dissect his actual, like, he was good just ball playing wise as well and tracking runners and stuff. But let's start with the aerial threat. I think it was a masterstroke from Glasner, and obviously Glasner in his press conference said, "Listen, Lerma was a bit upset that he didn't start against Liverpool because he thought, yeah, I'll get minutes. But he told him, I need you for Brentford. And this is why I need you for Brentford, which was good to hear. Like to have like Richards, Lacroix, Gurley, and Mateta, who we normally expect to defend corners and long throws, but to add Lerma, to add, like that's 5 players. And let me give credit to Sarr as well, because he did a job as well. So that's 6 players to negate their attacking players in whether it's long throws or corners. Like how important was Lerma in that aspect?
Well, I think he was massive. And I think the statement that you can make that sort of illustrates just how massive he was, but really the whole team defending is, did Coyote? I don't think Coyote came off at the half. I think he came off at 60 though. And he came off at 60 and he looked finished when he came off. He did not have a good game. Like just that long throw really didn't threaten all that much at all. I think it just makes a big difference when you can match up physically. You're playing. The chairman said this, I think, in the player ratings, and I didn't think about it well, he said it yesterday. I was watching like the fan reactions and the player ratings, and he said something that I thought was interesting. I didn't think about, which is that would have known that zonal marking was absolutely perfect in this particular instance. And I was like, you know what? That is exactly right. And you had the right bodies in the right positions at all times, and everybody who was in those positions, including Lerma, was very capable of making sure that there isn't a second ball once it's in the box. That was really, really good to see.
No, absolutely. And I mean, when you look at that, that's their bread and butter. Like, I think it was after we scored, they literally booted the ball right up into the air towards the corner flag and then want to throw in. And I sat there in my seat, I was like, I rate that. I respect that. They want the throw in. But obviously on an attacking end, and it's something else Glasner mentioned, is that we were aiming for the back post because obviously their strengths are in the middle of the box, which makes sense. And Lerma was the one that leaped highest, and that finish from JP, by the way, like we can't underestimate how great a finish that was.
I don't know how he got, like, I think Glasner said this as well. He's not like right on top of the box. So he has to generate all the whip and all the power to get that. I thought it was, I mean, what a goal. What a goal.
No, absolutely. It was a fantastic header. To the point where even Kelleher, you can see by is that he weren't expecting that at all.
No, not at all.
And that's how good a good header it was. Let me just address a few more comments. Where did we get up to? Cozzy here saying, I think we underestimate how good our team is, and when we play like that, it reminds of how good we are. Mm-hmm. Now, 100%. There's something that we're going to elaborate on in a minute, because our pressing was unreal.
Yeah.
Big up to Simon, says big up Richard Dim, big up to you as well. El says here, only United playing on and Newcastle playing on Boxing Day. Yeah, they've kind of changed that where it's not a Boxing Day fixture, but there's games in and around it. And stuff. I'm gonna guess it's for like TV rights to get more games and more money.
I don't know.
Stuff. Big up Macapaka. Hope you're well. Where's my name? It's a YouTube thing. We don't know what's happened.
We don't know.
Like, legit, we don't know what's happened. You know, I'm gonna have to Google it and look into it, but everything's an act now. So I don't know. Like, even like when it first happened last week, we're sitting trying to guess who's
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know. It is weird. It is weird. But yeah, our pressing team, that we didn't let them breathe, and what that caused is that all they had to do is just long balls. Like,
right.
It's so nice to see that we were able to have that press again. Bear in mind, we played Wednesday as well. You know? So that could be a case where I think we're getting used to the midweek Sunday, midweek Saturday sort of game.
I also think, though, All right, here's a question for the chat and for you, Rich, because I can't work this out, but I know what I saw, but I can't work out if what I saw was the thing that I think that I saw. So the press, I think you're exactly right. The press was fantastic, but the press was not get right up on the player, right in their face immediately, was not that.
No.
There were moments for that, but they were very select. There weren't that many of those. What it was instead is just what when I was a basketball coach, like if there's a certain period of the game and you're screaming from the sideline, deny, 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 like get in the passing lane. Get in the passing lane. Don't let them out. That's what that was. That's what that looked like to me, Rich. So I can't tell if it's me going back to coaching memories and saying, like, is this so? A, is it a tactic playing the passing lanes like that to give them nothing? So they have to go over the top. B, is it just Kamada and Lerma were just that good yesterday? And every time you tried to play it through, they're just not going to let you play it through. C, Brentford were crap because they were crap, but was that part of it? Or is it some is it some combination? I can't really work out which it is.
For me, I think it was a combination of all of them, to be honest. Obviously, you mentioned in Brentford being rubbish. We made them rubbish.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I found it
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
interesting. Now, granted, look, I must admit, there wasn't a host of chances for both teams, and it wasn't an open, expensive game. Minus the Saar one, you know, it was kind of like pot shots here or there. Like Kamada had a pot shot, Reece Nelson had a pot shot later on. Jan Holt should have done a lot better with his shot because he's a very good technician. But we made them look bad because, like you said, we blocked off those passing lanes. There was a few times they did bop it around. I was like, "Oh, they're playing some good football here." And not Dean Henderson, Jordan Henderson found himself in a bit of room. I must admit, I said this in my fan camp. He surprised me. I've never rated him. But he found himself in pockets, and you could tell why they've signed. He's just orchestrating things.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "Oh, he's actually playing all right here." But once again, we always seem to find that first 10 minutes we kind of get to grips with what's happening, and after that, it was game over.
Yeah.
Complete control.
Yeah.
You know, intelligent pressing. The passing lanes were blocked off. Like they had to just play long ball football. You know, and I even mentioned this with Lacroix. At first 10 minutes, he struggled with Thiago. Thiago was dropping off 5-10 yards and he followed him and then lost the flick-ons and so on and so forth. Got used to that. Thiago didn't touch the ball. You know?
Yep.
So, yeah, in all, I think everything you've mentioned to him played a part in how good we are. And it was so nice to see that effectively it was an ugly game of football. But it was an ugly game of football that we controlled.
Okay, I do get that. So this is a great part where I told you I was going to have a rant, Rich. And so here's my rant. For those of you who watched this morning, so I watched the women's game this morning, and I hated it, Rich. I absolutely hated it. And the reason I hated it is because I don't know what they need to do to work this out. They played some really good movement. They played some great free-flowing, attacking football. They were getting into areas. I love the way Virden runs the channels. She's fantastic. And then they played Blanchard a little bit back, and there was the Palace goal was a great ball into Blanchard. She gets a deflection. Great goal. They gave away the two stupidest goals I think I've ever seen. Just the dumbest goals. So the first is Yanez goes up, rightly so. Ball comes in. She goes up to grab it. Just control it. All she's got to do is bring it down and control it. And then she does the Robert Sanchez and drops the ball. Goal. And the second is the most frustrating because it's in stoppage time. They get a free kick. We go to sleep. Quick takes the free kick really quickly. One-on-one with the keeper. She ain't missing it. She's never missing that. And you lose 2-1. You cannot get points in any league, let alone the Premier League or the WSL2, if you can't defend. If you're not always on up here, you just can't. And so I know it was an ugly game. So here's the rest of this. The reason I loved this game against Brentford is, yes, I think you could argue that we made it a little bit ugly, but I think great defensive football like that, where we shut down the channels, I mean, I'll just give a quick shout out to my American
We
compatriot,
were
Chris
definitely going to get
Richards.
back into him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess we'll talk about that, but that was
Let's do it
incredible.
now. Like, I mean, I was so glad when Glasner said he's back because we
Yeah.
knew what was coming. Like Coyote, I must admit, like outside of his long throws, I thought he was poor.
Yes, I agree.
But
Yeah.
those long throws, like we were sitting in the stands, we're like, and I was talking to people around me, we're like, it's like, Jesus, this is crazy. Like to generate such power and it's not like it's a lofted one like Lerma's.
No, he gets it flat.
A bullet.
Yeah,
and I'm
he gets
like,
it flat.
Oh my days! But that's credit to us defending that. And Chris Richards played a massive part in that, by the way.
He sure did. I mean, he was. I mean, he gets his head on just about everything. It was amazing. But the way, I mean, get poor Kevin Shot out of raincoat, man. He got rinsed so many times. Like that was terrible. Like he just turned him round and round and round and round and just toyed with him. It was just abuse. It was just abuse. That was a really professional performance. And what I love about that is you could see we make you make a really difficult choice, and you could see that Brentford made it. Like, all right, we'll try the right. We'll try the right. Like now Tyreek Mitchell and Margay are down there. We're not getting anything. I guess we'll try the left. And it wasn't any better. Like that, I think that is the reason we see more attacks down the left, because Gay's on the right and Mitchell's on the right, but the left is really not any better because of how good Richards has been.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to acknowledge a few others I've jumped into the chat. Be up to earth. Yeah, Will Still has now been sacked, which is, I mean, they are one place above the relegation zone, and the championship is lethal. If you get left behind, you're going down. You know. Be up to Jesper as well. He says he would like to see a bit more of Uche. Doesn't think Oli Glasner rates him. I think it's more of a case where like it's just difficult for him. Like when we've got a winning formula, and we've got winning formula, it's hard to just like even yesterday's game. Yes, we were 2-0 up. Yes, I felt more comfortable, but I didn't really want to make any changes.
I know.
Because one goal and then it's like, oh, what could happen? You know what I mean? So
that's right. That's right.
I get it. Who else has joined? And Big Winston as well, who kind of agrees with all three of your points here, Tim, and stuff. It is a bit of everything.
Fair enough.
There was a clip circulating on Palace Twitter of Gerhi and Lerma just pressing Shada and winning a corner from it. The team spirit right now,
I know,
is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
And for someone like Mark Gerhi, he would it's leaving in the summer, as it stands, but the report's the same. It's as if like he's not leaving. Like, what a leader we have in Mark Gerhi.
I agree, and that was such a great moment. We were on the watch along, and Louis and I were just like, we were both yelling into the mics like, "Don't foul! Don't foul! Don't foul! Don't foul!" And it was so good because you're exactly right, Rich. Just like giving him no space, not letting him out, and then just winning a very simple corner. Just like you ain't going anywhere, son.
And the thing I was more impressed with, it was right afterwards, Gerhi looks at Lowe, pushed him and goes, "Yeah!" Like, that is what I loved about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think did you see JP's after match interview? And he says, and I love this, he says, like, we all like each other. We're all having, it's great locker room. and they asked him, and I did love this. We'll come on to the other games later, but they asked him, like, well, you got, the big, they called it a derby.
So I
It's a
can't
rivalry.
wait.
Just call it a rivalry, please. But
Yeah.
anyway,
He said, I
asked
can't
about the
wait.
Brighton game. He said, can't wait. This exactly. Can't wait. Can't wait for it. It's just like, that's so, you just cannot underestimate the importance of that guy. And again, yesterday, what did he do? Like, he is absolutely battering center backs, making space again,
Yeah.
doing all the hard yards, and doing
And
it
it was
really,
I
really
think it was
well.
the 88th minute. He draws a foul out of Collins, like,
And gets like the best reaction.
Yeah, and and you see Christian runs over, pats him on the back, and that's just the unity of it right now.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
there was even another image that Palace Twitter released, and I think it was after our second goal, where you just see that they all just huddled together to celebrate. It was just so beautiful to see. And let me see if I can find, because I know you're not on social media like that, but
you see if you can find it. I'll give you just a quick comment on that. And I think it's the beauty of what we've seen the past 2 games, in fact, where they're huddling around and just giving all the love to Lerma, because I mean, what a weapon Coyote's long throw is great. Lerma's is not as great, but Lerma has, there you go. Right? Like right like that. Everybody coming together, but he's got a much Richard's long throw is decent. He has distance, but he has a little too much height. He balloons it a little bit. He needs to make that flat. He needs to get that throw a little flatter. Lerma does have a pretty good flat throw, but he can't get quite as much distance as Coyote. It doesn't matter if you hit the first man and you get the you get the flick on. It's still incredibly dangerous. And I thought that was outstanding. But we saw this in the last game. Why am I forgetting? Liverpool against Liverpool. And when Pino scores and Gay comes over to him,
so happy,
it was so good. It was so great. Like, he's getting in his face and bigging him up. It was so fantastic. So we've been seeing this, and it's very clear that this team believes that they can they can beat anybody.
No, absolutely. Let's go back to the comments. So London Cheesehead, sorry, the writing's very small. Who's the captain next season? He's thinking it's Adam. Earth says Richards.
He's captained the U.S. team. I kind of back Lacroix, though. I think Lacroix is already like
Steve saying Lacroix.
Yeah.
For me, it's Lacroix or Henderson. One of the two.
Oh, I like that. I like Henderson as a shout as well. Yeah.
But I won't be surprised if it is Max. As long as Glasner and him stay.
Yeah. It was interesting. Something Mary makes an interesting point here, Rich, that I want to ask you about. Like, apparently, that for the warm up, you were there. So
I'm my gosh!
the Brentford warm up was like set plays. Yeah,
it was mad. Me and JC were looking at it because where I sit, JC and Chairman are just like a row ahead of me and stuff, just a little bit to the right. And we're like, they're practicing set pieces.
Yeah. Like, what? I mean, does that not tell you? Does that not tell you all you need to know about, like, this is that? It makes it, even if they're not, it makes it feel like they are about one thing and one thing only. That's it. That's the only way they're going to score goals.
And that was the only way they were going to score past us. Apart from obviously that I think Reece Nelson, I've got to give him credit. He brought a livelihood that Sade didn't.
Sure.
He was very energetic. But my goodness me, and this is the point you're saying. And I was saying that because Matty, who did like a pre-record for our preview, the Brentford fan, he mentioned, I said to him, listen, you've got to find a plan B because your set pieces works against the big teams, but the teams around you, you're going to struggle against because you've got no way to play. And he was like, no, I agree with that. Because I heard Keith Andrews' post-match, like, oh, there was nothing in the game. I was like, You don't creating nothing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Brentford, I think we're decent defensively, but we did not wait. Something like this, a first game this season that we outperformed our XG. Sorry, man.
It's crazy. No, sorry, because I think your extra was like 0.57 or something, and we
So,
got
I think it
two
was like
goals.
0.74, but whatever it was not over a goal. So they did defend. I mean, they do have some decent defenders, although Nathan Collins also had a terrible
Yeah,
game.
the stinker. Yeah.
Um,
And Ismail
but
Assar should have scored.
yeah, and he should have scored. That's true. Yes, yeah, for sure. Um, but I mean, they are decent defensively, but they really did not have much in the way of attacking ideas that we had to really reckon with.
Yeah, but once again, I think that's credit to us because
Yeah,
let's
I
not
agree.
let's not pull the wool over our eyes here. Otara, Thiago, and Shada have given a lot of teams problems,
Yeah,
whether
they
on the
have.
counter, whether it's in phases of play, whether it's set pieces, and all three of them were terrible. All three of them were poor, and we made them look bad. And that also, like we've spoken a lot about the centre backs, but Tyreek Mitchell, yeah,
Yeah.
I think he got
Justice
offended
for
with us signing.
Tyreek. Justice for
I
Tyreek.
think he got offended with us signing Borna Sosa because
Yeah.
no, he's now dribbling with the ball. He's
Taking
just
players
so
on.
much, and
Yeah.
the forward runs he's making. And you know what? I'm so happy for him because I love Ebbs, but those forward runs Ty was making, Ebbs weren't passing the ball. It was like, yep, you're going to continue to be a decoy for me. But now it's like Pino's like, I'm going to find you. Don't worry,
Yep.
I will
That's right.
find you. You know, I mean,
The center
Pino,
backs were
Kamada,
finding him
Mitchell,
too.
great performances.
I agree. The only thing with Pino is that he does the hard stuff. So I mean, he shows his quality the entire game. He's doing like these incredibly hard moves,
Yeah,
getting himself into spaces, getting himself out of tight spaces, and then he makes just a nonsensical pass. So he does the hard thing and then he just botches the easy thing. But to be fair to him, like I would always rather have that. You know that he has clear quality. The other stuff is going to come and
yeah,
it will come with experience, familiarity. But I'm telling you, I think you're spot on about this, Rich. Like Ty making runs into the channel and actually being somebody who we're going to play through now instead of just being somebody who's dummying out to the left.
yeah,
That adds an element to this attack that
massively.
I think should serve us incredibly well as this season goes on.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's almost as if like he's the Munoz now. He's becoming a Munoz. Obviously, Munoz clear. Don't get me wrong. Please don't
Yeah.
slaughter me in the comments or in anything in the chat. Munoz is clear, but what he's offering is similar to what Munoz offers. Get high, get wide, get crosses in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And be a threat. Like if
exactly
possible,
that.
if possible, if there's something there, he has also shown a willingness to underlap. And then if he has a chance to take a shot on, he'll do it now.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I don't rate his shot highly, but I mean, like that's important. Like if if both wing backs are willing to both provide width and both underlap and provide threat, at goal, that's a problem.
Absolutely. Before we get, because I want to have a segment on Dutch Commander, but before that, I want to talk about Mark Gahey a bit more. How do we replace him? Because my goodness me, he's good.
Yeah. No, I mean, he is quality, and I think the league is starting to see just how there's a player in the under 18s I'm gonna mention in a minute, but first let's just focus on Mark. There are two things that Mark does that I think make him unique amongst all the available England center backs and why he is clear, I think, of all of them. The first is he's so good with his feet, Rich. I mean, my God, he can move the ball. He gets forward. He can dribble. He can dribble.
Yeah,
He's not just a center back that's good with his feet, as in good with his feet where he can maybe make a move or two and then clear the ball. No, he can carry the ball forwards, and he can carry it forwards with real, like what Mary's saying, with pure class.
absolute
He
class,
does it
100%. Yeah,
incredibly well. He reads the game immensely well. So that's another thing that he does. But also the other thing that I think is so important that puts him clear of every other England center back, the man's composure. He's never rattled. He has high standards. He's never rattled. He's focused. He's composed. He leads that team. So it's a big gap. Now, there is a kid who I think we should keep our eye on in the under 18s. If you have not heard of this kid, I would urge you to watch some Palace Academy football. Kid's name is Charlie Walker Smith. Charlie Walker
yeah,
Smith can carry the ball like Mark does.
yeah.
He looks like he's got some of that natural composure that Mark does, but he's a kid, and it's going to be a while. But there's some real talent there.
I'll say the same with JD Canvo.
I would say that too. Yes.
You know, I think he
Yeah.
just needs to gain a bit more confidence, and we will see what. Because I've seen him running like from centre back across the midfield.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Which is, and probably one of the big, to just further illustrate that point, the fact that Glasner felt comfortable putting him in at right wing back is really a testament to that very point.
No, absolutely. Just on Mark, you know what I find so funny, because when we've been ranting and raving, obviously, like it's a good thing you're not on social media, Tim, because I think you'll lose your head.
Yeah, I would.
But
Yeah.
we've ranted and raved about how good Mark is, and opposition fans have been like, "Oh my gosh, you're overrating him," da, 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 until the team then plays against him, and it's like, actually, he's really good, you know.
Yeah. We couldn't get a sniff against him. Okay, got it. But and to be fair, I do think just over the last several years, Mark and Ty playing together, I don't think it's overrating it to say, in terms of left-sided defense amongst Premier League teams, I'm not sure that there is a left-sided defense that has been as consistently great as those two. They've shut out Salah. They've made it difficult for really every right winger in the Premier League over the last several seasons. They're phenomenal. So I think that Mark does benefit from playing with Ty and vice versa.
No, absolutely. Earth. The good thing is Wharton's not been injured. He just had the flu.
Yeah,
stuff, so
yes.
he should be back for Thursday, which is a lovely segment into Daichi Kamada, because
was he good yesterday?
Oh man, like it's so nice to know that we don't need Wharton in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, because Wharton, we know, plays that line breaking passes, but Daichi's doing that now. He's becoming press resistant.
Yep.
And so obviously he gives away a few balls here and there, but you can see what he's trying to do. How good was he yesterday?
He was great. And I want to give, again, this is why I said earlier, like, was it just that, in terms of just getting in the passing lanes, was that just Daichi being Daichi and be like, look, you can't fool me. And he was, I think he must have picked off 6, 7 passes. He was just cutting out balls left and right. He was outstanding. And what is so wonderful about him and makes him so Wharton-esque is he plays with his head up as well. He's always scanning. He's always looking. He's always, trying to find that incisive pass. He makes a risky pass that Glasner wants. We are very fortunate. And just every time somebody has a go at at Glasner. If you are urged to have a go at Glasner for any decision he makes, can you please just put these two words in your head? Daichi Kamada. Before you have a go at Glasner, just please remember that, because he's been phenomenal.
Absolutely. He has been great. And like I said, his performance yesterday, he's literally carrying our side. Now, granted, I think as a team, we need to get some more goals from midfield as a team. But what they do both offensively and defensively, the positions they take up, the passes they make, the press resistance, everything about their game, whether it's Hughes, Wharton, Lerma, Adam. I mean, we had this conversation the other day. Like, I can't wait for even Czech to come back, and hopefully he comes back fit, because I think if Czech comes back into that midfield, Daichi or Adam will score goals, because Czech can do that role on his own.
Well, and not only that, what I loved about it, there's a moment yesterday. This is to marry the point you just made about Daichi having a great football brain. There's a moment where Brentford just, we're pressing into their area, and they just start dropping deep. They just start dropping really deep, and Daichi's on the ball, and they know that he is looking to try to get somebody in. He's trying to get an incisive pass, get somebody right in on goal. So what does Daichi do? He just drifts right into the space, gets himself the angle, and then takes it on his left foot. Now, he missed it, but that's a great example of, like, hey, you're going to give me space, I'll take a pop.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it on goal that time, but I loved seeing it.
No, absolutely. And I think the more the midfield starts getting shots off, the more defenses will just drop slightly deeper. Whether that's a good thing for our club, I don't know, but because we know we can't negate low blocks. But sorry, I think it was just such a brilliant performance.
Yeah,
just sitting there watching, it's just like, I love these guys, man.
Yeah,
what a performance is against a team that is defensively stubborn, a defensive threat. We nullified all their threats and said, we're going to beat you at your own game.
Right.
As simple as that, What else? Let's see what else is there. Durf is saying, Lemon Man of the Match by Palace online poll. Mateta second, Kamada third, and yes, I did check. It was a right match this time. Earth saying Kamada was unlucky not to score. He was. Richards and Mateta were important to stop Brentford's long throws. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier on. I think Mark, Lacroix, Lerma, Sarr all played their part.
Yeah, for sure.
What's in that glass, Rich? Right? Rum and Black Roof. It is actually rum and coke.
You got to do what you got to do on Sunday night, Rich.
Listen, I'm going back to work tomorrow after 2 weeks off, so I'm just enjoying myself before I get the life of the real life just hits me. Actually, so yeah, it's Ray Nephew and Coach, right? Life's gonna hit me in the face tomorrow morning, that when I have to wake up early and go back to teaching. So I'm gonna enjoy this evening.
There you go. There you go.
And Dirk also says, leave Charlton and Millwall in League One. I agree. You know what's mad? They're both doing really well in the championship.
I know. And it's a little. I mean, can you imagine if there are two derbies and the Brighton rivalry in the Premier League next season? I mean, that would be outrageous. I don't.
The Met Police are going to have a nightmare.
Yeah.
Charlton, Millwall, Brighton. That would be outrageous.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Millwall Chelsea's a problem. Millwall West Ham's a problem. Millwall Leeds a problem.
Yeah. Millwall has a problem with lots of fan bases, not just us.
Now you don't know the sip. Yep. You know it's definitely some way.
Oh, I like it. So, just in terms of other things from that game, I would love to ask you, were you at all surprised that the way that we went about it, like that was a very professional performance. Like I think there was no time during that game where I felt we were threatened for a goal. And I have to say, that is surprising to me. I did not expect that from Brentford at all.
Here's why I say I'm not surprised. After that Larnaca game, Glasner said, listen, we needed to be humbled. And since then, we've played Arsenal, Liverpool, obviously the kids, and Brentford. 2 of the 3 games we've kept clean sheets. The Arsenal game, it was a set piece that done us.
Yep.
We've gone back to basics.
Yeah.
Just being solidified defensively, because we know we're a threat going forward. We know we are.
Yep. Yep.
So going to this AC Alkmaar game, which is massive, but we have to win that game, by the way. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to be a nuisance defensively. Get back. It's so nice we've had 2 clean sheets in a row.
Yeah.
Get back to that, Palace, because that's what we're good at.
Right.
And the rest will flow. So you know what? I'm not surprised whatsoever. And you know, Glasner, thank you for just bringing us back down to earth. I think, because I think it's so easy to say, "Oh my gosh, we've done amazing." Get back to what we're good at. Defensively solid first. Get the goals next. And it's so mad that we're currently 8th, I think, or 9th in the league.
9th, yeah, we're 9th in the table right now.
City have 19 points to a second. We're 3 points off that.
Yeah. I mean, it is that's true. It is incredible. Like between 10th and 2nd, there's only a 3-point difference. It's amazing. We are in contention for Europe right now. Like we're playing that well. That's a great point, Rich. And I would also add to that. Glasner did the thing that Arne Slot wouldn't. In that Carabao Cup game, he rotated, but he didn't over-rotate.
Yeah,
like he rotated some, but he's like he made it very clear, like we are here to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
And to look at the meltdown. I mean, I'm not on social media, but I always look at like the Athletic, and I look at like the Liverpool fans going to be like, well, we're getting done here, which they did, but that was not a guarantee. But you make a great point. When you score 5 goals without reply, and you are showing your quality in both of those games and the game before, to be fair, the Arsenal match, you're making a statement that says, no, look, we are a quality side. We know we can play. We know we can beat anybody. And that does count for a lot.
It does. And like I was saying to you before we went online, even Brighton fans are tweeting, we're worried about the next game, which shows a lot about how far we've come. And I know they're not happy with their manager. Good for them. I don't care. But we've come a long way, because back in the day, you never hear them say we're worried.
No,
they were like, oh, we're going to smash them, this and other. They're scared of, which is great. Is great. Granted, they're obviously only 1 point behind us as well. But we win that game. We're in a healthy position before an international break. I mean, it sounds mad. I'll take a draw.
Yeah,
I did say I wanted 4 points from the 2, So as long as we're just still in and around, because don't get Wolves has now sacked their manager, so that we're going to face their new manager in their first home game back.
Yeah. By the way, their new manager might be Gary O'Neill. Get your head around that one.
Oh, they're looking at him? Because I was thinking it might be Potter or even Ange.
No, I think they might go back to Gary O'Neill, which,
oh my gosh,
to be honest, would be crazy, but also kind of interesting because he rescued them before. But anyway, no, you make a really good point there. So let's, if you don't mind, let's pivot to Alkmaar then.
Yeah.
And
just before that, Tim, let me just load these comments so quickly. Palace made it hard for Brentford. They didn't know what to do. Yeah. Once we pressed them, they're like, we don't know how we're going to navigate this. Yeah. We're going to have to rely on the long throws. So we were brilliant. Mary saying here, it's what we need to help get the team ready for Thursday. Look, keep a clean sheet. Win 1-0. I don't care. 90th minute off someone's backside. We just need 3 points.
Yep.
It's a massive game for us, because what we need to do is that Larnaca fixture has really messed us up regarding our fixture pile up. Now we have to beat Strasbourg as well. So obviously, because December is going to be crazy. Yeah. I believe we're the only team to have a shot versus Arsenal in October. Yep. And even with that shot, it was kind of like a flick off Nketiah's head sort of factor. Who would want the Wolves job? Good question.
Don't know.
Listen, I honestly don't care. Just win.
Yeah.
Just
Any way you
win the
get
game.
goals. Any way you get
Honestly.
goals.
Obviously, we're talking Alkmaar, which we are going to look to have a preview about Alkmaar in the week. I've been messaging. I was even going to do one tomorrow, but the person said they want to remain anonymous, and I'm like, I can't have you on here with your camera off. You know, it just seems, it just looks a bit, yeah. So we are actively looking for an Alkmaar fan for that preview. But how would you navigate this game? Because I honestly, can I be honest with you? I'll start our strongest side. I know we like to try and rotate in that game. We need 3 points. I'm sorry. Start the strongest side and go get a win.
I'm with you on this. And what Glasner, I thought it was really instructive what Glasner said in the post match, that he's going to give 2 days off, you know, to the team, to the players from this last game, just to, you know, just get football out of their brain for a little bit, relax, get recovered. Like, this seems very smart to me. He seems to understand that the balance isn't just rotating, it's how much rest can you give players, and trusting them to be ready for the game on Thursday. And just the togetherness, when you have togetherness like that, it's easier to have trust. And he clearly trusts the team. So I think he's gearing up for exactly what you're saying, Rich. I think he's gearing up to start the strongest possible team with maybe 1 or 2 tweaks. But I expect to see Wharton. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Wharton and Hughes instead of Wharton and Kamada. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But I expect to see JP. I expect to see Sar. I expect to see Pino. I expect to see our 3 center backs. Would you maybe see Sosa? I don't know. Would you maybe see? I don't think you'd see somebody for Munoz.
I think had we beaten Larnaca, I think we would have seen a few more changes.
Yeah.
That defeat's really, like, remember, it's only 6 games.
Things, hasn't it? Yeah.
There's only 6 games in that league phase. And if we don't want to have the additional 2 player fixtures, we need to finish in the top 8. You know, we've got 4 games left. We need to win 3 of them. So I think realistically, we're going to look to, because after Alkmaar, we've got Strasbourg away, which is huge. And then we've got Shelbourne and then Cups.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I think we've got to win. We've got to win these games. I know it sounds mad.
No, but you want top 8, Rick.
Yeah.
You want top 8.
I do advocate for rotation as well, but that Larnaca game is messed us up.
Yeah. And it was uniquely frustrating. And by the way, there's a big difference between, you know, like I said, I like really good sound defensive football. There's a huge difference between what I described with the women this morning and what JD did during the Larnaca game. I mean, it was a mess. It was a screw up. You know, Canvo's, you know, errant back pass is that's just a mistake. And I think he's got that in training, where that's a natural pass for him to make. And he went on autopilot, didn't see it, makes a mistake. There's a big difference between that and just like not doing the basics. So yeah, it did screw us up massively. I think you're right. You want to be in top 8. I don't want to risk Brighton, but what's more important? The European trophy is more important, and you go for it. You just go for it. You do everything you can to get those 3 points right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for a few comments. Big up to Demo, who says boom, boom, boom. That header was incredible, by the way. Big up Pat says, big up Mr.
Big
Muscles.
Up,
and and that lover. Oh my goodness, I wish you were interviewed, but it was Tristan's dad. Because Tristan's dad's called Tim as well.
What's wrong with Tristan's dad? He was good. I mean,
you saw Tim and it thought.
I mean, I will at some point. I will get to Selhurst and we'll do the whole thing. I was telling Lou yesterday, like when I get there, I need to like like send out the notes because I want to meet as many people. But so
we will be
you gotta
there.
meet up, Pat. Like when I get there, you gotta meet up. You gotta
We
make
will
it
be
happen.
there, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't want our strongest, but I do want our most attacking variation, Uche, SA, Pino, etc.
Yeah.
I get it, but we just need 3 points.
Yeah.
Bad. Tim, are you growing your beard ready for Xmas?
I mean, this is what I got. I shaved the beard a little bit this morning. I don't want to grow it out too long because it gets all scrappy and like, yeah, it looks terrible. I don't want to look like all scrappy all over the place. But you know what? Hey, look, you know what? If little kids think I'm Santa, I'll take it. I'll take it. Take it every time.
Fair. And whoopsie. Pause that. Sorry. I just didn't realize my thing was on mute. I was going to check the poll I had up. Could I put down who's the man of the match? Just before that, Mary says they got to win on Thursday. And Tim is my second favorite on the channel.
Second?
Man.
No, JC's his favorite. We know
Yeah,
JC
is his favorite, to be fair.
We know JC's the legend.
We know who he hates the most.
We do know that. We've seen it. We've seen it, yes.
100%. Right. Let me just go to the... Okay, so with the survey report. So we put, who's your man of the match?
Okay.
Lerma, 58%.
Okay.
Kamala, 24%. Pino, 12%. And other, 6%.
Okay. All right. I mean, I could have put... I had said yesterday on the watch along, Rich, that I didn't want to single out any of the back three. I thought the back three could have been man of the match by themselves because they all did different things incredibly well, which I love, by the way, that they all play slightly differently. But if I had to edge one, man, Mark, it was just like that was a Mark game in the most Mark way possible.
Absolutely. And there's just moments of that whenever like one of the centre backs did something great, the other centre backs walked up to that centre back to go and bam, like you know, it's really nice to see. Before I get you who your man of the match was, Tim, sorry. Remember that song at the Brentford game towards the end after that ridiculous booking? We saying to them, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. Yeah. The ref had a few moments like I thought, you know what? One of the best refereeing performances.
I agree.
Because he let the game flow. And so I think a few times in the beginning of the second half where there was fouls he was giving that weren't and stuff, it was a bit annoying, but he booked he booked them for dissent. He let the game flow as much as possible. I didn't even remember the ref being there. Like, that's how good a job he did.
No, I agree. And I think the best part about that is it was really disappointing to see, like, where did all the... I really didn't figure Brentford for the, Man United, Klopp era Liverpool work the refs endlessly and don't shut up until they give you what you want. And to be fair, he was like, if you're coming at me, I got cards in my pocket. Are you sure you want to come at me? I thought that was great, Rich.
No, it was brilliant. And it's nice to have a match where you don't have to think about the ref. I think it was a very good performance. Even the linesman getting the first foul throw correct. I was like, rah. I didn't think they picked those up, sort of thing.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
So I
thought foul throws had been like officially outlawed.
Yeah, no, this is it. So well done to the officiating and stuff. Who was your man of the match? Sorry, I don't know if you caught that.
Who? What? I don't remember. I have to go. I will look it up. It was. Hang on, I'll get this right. The official was Palace Brentford. The official
I know Lerma was the official one, but who was your personal one?
Oh, I thought you were Peter Banks was the referee, and my man of the match was Lerma. I wanted to give a special shout to the back three, in particular Richards. I think I'm so happy that Chris is really showing quality in a Palace shirt. He's been really, really good. And it's funny to watch because he plays better for Palace now than he plays for the national team. And I think it's because Glasner is a better manager than Mauricio Pochettino. I'm I will say that. I think that is part of the reason the U.S. men's national team it's been a mess, Rich, and I think Richards gives everything he's got when he's here and he's playing, but he plays so much better when he's in a Palace shirt, and it's been terrific.
Absolutely. Girl, stop slapping. That sounds horrible. just before we wrap up, question for you from the dog. Tim, do you think JD could potentially drop Richards this season?
No, what would happen, this is what I think would happen, dog, if it turned out the Glasner wanted to play wanted to play JD and wanted him to play regularly, I think that would be Mark going in January and Richards moving over to the left. So I don't see that happening. And I think it's a little too soon for that. And I don't think Mark wants that. I think Mark has now decided, I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to see if I can win more trophies with this team. And then I'm getting my money come the summer. I'm choosing where I want to go and I'm getting my money. And you know what? For me, that's absolutely, Mark, you go do it, man. Go full gangster and get exactly what you want. That's what I say. Let him have it. I think he should. And I think we are prepared for that too. So that would be the only scenario where I think, but yes, you would absolutely see JD slot in on the right, Richards moving left. What would be interesting is once Mark goes, I do think the natural progression would be JD on the right, Max in the middle, Richards on the left. If Max goes, I think Richards, because he has been playing the central center back for the U.S. team, I think he can play that. He's got the physicality to play it. He doesn't have Max's pace, but he has the physicality to do it. And then you'd see Chatty Riyad on the left side. But I don't think you want to do that too soon. You want to develop those young center backs and let that happen. But please, for the love of God, re-sign him. Re-sign Richards to a longer-term deal and do it now. Do not wait.
No, absolutely. There's definitely players that we need to get re-signed up ASAP. I think 100%. if Glasner stays, we get Daichi to stay, and then that also means Max stays. So it's kind of like a domino, because we got to remember that those sort of players came with Glasner, and let's just say Glasner moves elsewhere. The first thing he's gonna do is Max, Daichi.
Yeah. You want to, Yeah, I know. So yeah.
There's a few more comments. And also, there is reports, don't know how true, but apparently we're looking at Tyreek George in January. The evil Saka from Chelsea. Don't know how true that is, but yeah.
But not for a loan, right?
I think it'd be a signing.
Would be a signing. If it's a signing, okay. If it's a loan, I'm sorry, but F those guys.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. No, not doing that again.
Just to finish off, Doug saying I'm really curious to see how Riyad is. I don't know much about his history and reputation. He's a good footballing player. I remember when he started for us against West Ham, the season that he signed for us, he found it difficult. Then he started to find his feet, then got injured.
I know.
Just such
he's got
a shame.
A pass in him too. He's got passing range and he's got some pace.
100%.
So there's a lot of promise with that kid. We should see him marry what Glasner said is after the international break,
He should be back. Yeah.
chance that we will see him. I would expect to see him in the under 21s before he gets real time with the first team. But yeah, we should see him back. Yeah, and he did. He was in the Barcelona academy. Dog's right, absolutely.
Yeah. Richard and JC look drenched after. Yeah, it was raining mad. So like, obviously you noticed our fan cam set.
You got to take care of the chairman, man. I love.
And it was like, yeah, we were just like, we can't be. I was like, listen, I don't mind standing in the rain. We can't have chairman standing in the rain. That'll be a fight.
Yeah.
So us young bucks, we'll be able to do with it a little better. But we've all come unscathed. We're all okay at the minute, so we're good.
Nice.
Do you know how Cherry is? He's a good player. We'll see when he comes back after international break. That was fun, bros. Love the banter, Reverend. This is all that's all we're about.
Yep.
As much as this channel, we try and keep it like professional. So we have a laugh. Like we will cuss each other. Like this is just what we do here.
Yep.
We talk Palace and cuss each other and stuff.
Yep.
Big up Shaz saying no more loans for Chelsea. I don't disagree with that at all, to be honest. Never going to happen when we have two young attackers in Essie and Uche. But are they rated?
Yeah, I don't know. But if he's like Tyreek George is a striker, right? So if he's a striker and he's
played on the wing for Chelsea as well, and he scored some vital goals as well.
I mean, I know he's talented. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. This is the first window for the new sporting director, Matt Hobbs. So what you really want to know is, do Hobbs and Glasner work well together?
Find the way, vital. Hobbs. Find it, because we need. That's the biggest signing we need. Is Glasner's signature.
Yeah,
more than any player.
100%, absolutely.
Doug said, "Hey, he played for he was at Barcelona, then he went to loan to Betis, and then we signed him from there." They're saying, "Agree. Canva is more marked replacement than Richards. Canva doesn't have the afro.
He doesn't have the afro. He's got the cornrows though, and he looks. I mean, the Canvo. Let's be honest about Canvo. He is physical. He's got pace. He looks good. He looks good, man. I think Canvo is for real.
No, for real. Pat sending shots for me. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. 39 next year. So yeah, I am getting on.
You're a baby. You're a baby. Come on, man. I'm 56 over here. Come on. No.
Should we sack Mark Bright because what's going on with Mustafa? I must admit, our loans have been terrible.
With very few exceptions. The David Ozil loan looks like it's going quite well. And I can't wait for him to be back in the Palace setup next year. But yes, justice for Hindelo. Get him back in January. Do not let him go to waste in Nuremberg. That's a disaster, Rich. He's got to come back.
100%. And you know what? On that note, get him off commentary as well, because I'm sick and tired of him. What if
I don't mind it. I don't. No, I don't mind it.
Just states the absolute obvious. Oh, you should have passed it quicker there. Okay, stop whinging.
I know. He just you can feel. The only thing I like about Bridie's commentary is I know that I'm listening to somebody who cares.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah,
but don't get me wrong, Rich. You are totally correct. It is all the obvious stuff, but I do like that he cares.
I think we need to know what our squad depth is come January to figure out what loans we need. Yeah, this is, and that's why we said earlier that January transfer window will be massive. If we get that right, I think Glasner signs, even if it's a 1-year extension. If we screw up January, he's gone. And we might as well start preparing for we might get in because boy. And you know what's mad? I don't think we should change formation either. We should stick to this 3-4-2-1.
I mean, you know what? If you look at the academy, that's a really good point. I know we could keep going on this, so I'll be fast about it. But look at the wingbacks that are in the academy. You have Joel Drakes Thomas.
Yeah.
You have Rio Cardines. You've got Jasper Judd, who is terrific. You've got some real talent in the wingback positions coming up through the ranks. He's got Danny Imre. I mean, he's been injured, but Danny Imre's still out there.
Yeah.
So hell yeah, man. Keep playing with wingbacks.
And it's also a formation that we're so used to now that other teams can't cope with us.
Yes.
So no matter who the next manager is, we should just say we're a 3-4-2-1 team.
Yeah. Jacob Facita is another one. Great call, dog. Yeah. He played yesterday. Played well. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Guys, that brings it to, I mean, considering it was not the greatest of games, we've made the most of it. An hour, 5 minutes. We've done well, Tim.
We did all right. Yeah, we did all right.
No, 100%. And thank you for all your comments as well. It's allowed this stream to flow. Just an update as to what the week will look like. As it stands, obviously subject to change. Tuesday will be tactical about regarding AC Alkmaar, so that'll be Dan and JC. Wednesday, as it stands, will be the Alkmaar preview. So we're doing our best to try and find an Alkmaar fan for that. We had found one who was willing to record tomorrow, but didn't want their face on camera, so we're going to find someone else. Thursday, we're at the game. I don't think Nate's available to do a watch along on Thursday, but we'll get back to you on that. Friday will be the match reaction for Alkmaar. Saturday will be the Brighton preview. Sunday, it's a Brighton game. You're not going to see me much on the next week. I've just got so much going on next week, so obviously the rest of the guys will hold the fort and stuff. But don't miss me too much, guys. I know some of you are thinking, thank goodness for him. Yeah, he's gone here. And stuff. But I am going to miss a lot of streams this week.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
I will probably do the Brighton. I may do Back of the Nest Brighton watch along on Sunday. I think D wants me to do that. So
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, 100%. Like, we will never stop you from doing that. We always just appreciate the fact that I can't late notice we can say, Tim, a lot of the guys are out. Are you available? It's like, yeah, I'll make it. It's like, fantastic. And stuff. So, yeah. You know what? Go on, Tim. Promote Motley Fools. We've got to do. That's the least we can do for you.
Sure, man. I mean, so tomorrow I'll be on I'm on the podcast on Mondays. The podcast is Motley Fool Money. Tomorrow, look, if you like money and you want to learn how to invest, then you should check out the podcast. That's Motley Fool Money. You can get it in the UK. You can get it in the US. And I host that show on Mondays. So tomorrow's show will come out pretty late UK time, so you won't get it until Tuesday. But that'll be about last week's big tech earnings, all the big stuff. But yeah, man, send me money questions. I'll we're here to help best you can. And sometimes on those shows, I throw in a little football here and there. I have resisted the temptation on the show because I will just go wild talking about Texter's horrible Eagle football business. But it is horrible, and thank God he's gone.
Oh yes, absolutely. And lastly, Pat says, "Do you laugh like Uncle Buck?"
I've never seen that movie, so I guess I need to see that movie now. Fair enough, Pat. I'll take it.
Guys, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for all the support as always. Big up to Tim as always for jumping in. And yeah, busy week of football ahead before an international break, in which we need to get Nate's forfeit done. We need to sort that out. And so, but outside of that, appreciate you all. Enjoy you the rest of your Sunday. There's not much Brentford content out there to binge, so rewatch the match.
There you go.
Do that.
Yeah.
And as always, up the palace.
Up the palace.
Yes.
Peace.